the chaotic world that we're seeing right now. And the interesting thing about it is when you understand the framework of how reality works, it's simply we are either our authentic self or we play with identities. We identify with something. I'm spiritual, I'm religious, I'm a liberal, I'm a conservative. As soon as we start identifying with ourselves, we start having opinions. And so when we understand, when we're looking out trying to bash at the guys at the top, all that is doing is reflecting back to us where we are identified with something. And it's interesting because the survival identity is always using opinion to fill in the gaps for where they're not authentic. So once you understand the framework, then you understand all your job is to not have to identify. Because when we identify, the thing is why is there ADHD? Why is there people that are just so emotionally tortured? It's because we have a narrator in our head that when we identify with something, that narrator has to keep up. So it has to keep all of the different data that we pick up every day. It keeps to keep that narrative going. I am this, and you have to keep reassuring yourself you're the thing. And that's why we can get lost up in the mind. And it's so interesting because the spiritual path often takes us down the opposite road, where it dulls all our senses. We try to regulate ourselves, get shush and get rid of anybody that brings any noise into our world. It's the same function, but you're just doing it in a different direction. I was in that space myself, where I was still holding an identity around being a benevolent being and a kind person. And yeah, that might sound good, but I'm recognizing that was still an identity. My authentic self doesn't need to pronounce anything. And as soon as I got rid of the I am this and I am that, all of a sudden my mind didn't have a lot to tend to. It just attends to what comes out. And it's so interesting because Jesus said, be like children. That's how you get into the kingdom of heaven. That is getting rid of the masks and the identities that we picked up along the way.